I don't know. I don't know Charlie Kirk at all. I don't know the beautiful Iryna, but I am truly blown away by how much their loss affected me. I am not a violent person. I don't I don't know that I believe in it. I would rather believe in the good of people, and I would rather not be an angry woman my whole life. So it's always so shocking that people can hate so much and so deeply other people just because they don't share the same opinion. I don't care who you love, the why, so long as you're not hurting anybody. I don't care. You can believe what you believe in, so long as it's not actually hurting people. And I think Charlie really kind of encapsulated that. He spoke. He spoke so openly and directly to people on the few videos that I've seen of his. Mostly a couple of shorts here and there. And every time that in those videos, the people he spoke to were young and naive, and they rose to anger quickly. But all I could see was that Charlie was just trying to get them to understand what they were saying, to point out that their beliefs were askew. And he would explain how they were askew. And then he gets shot in front of his 3-year-old little girl, whom I pray with all my heart she doesn't remember that. And he got shot. I think he got shot for doing the right thing. Getting people to think. Getting people to notice more than what their echo chambers told them to believe. This cult. This Marxist cult. Because what else do you call them? When they are so quick to anger, to judge, to dehumanize everyone who doesn't believe in their beliefs, their absurd, disgusting beliefs. And I'm not talking about their relationships and who they love when I say disgusting. I'm talking about how they cry for peace and wanting to belong, but celebrate so openly this man's death. How they didn't defend Iryna, but instead make 2 GoFundMes for a murderer. And I'm blown away that such hate exists. And I feel like they never wanted acceptance. They just wanted obedience. Unquestionable obedience. And it just proves, in my opinion, that they would go to any means to prove that. And I want to thank I want to thank God so hard because he put Trump in office. And I know so many people are just gonna, groan and roll their eyes. But I look back and I see the blinders they were trying to put on everybody. No, these people aren't doing bad. You're supposed to love them. You're supposed to love everyone. You're supposed to accept a culture, a quote unquote culture of the mentally ill. And don't question anything, because if you do, you're a fascist. You're a transphobe, a phobe of this or that. And they seem more demonic the longer they talk. Because they celebrate his death. And I'm, again, so fucking grateful to Trump. Because he lifted those blinders and now we can see them. The snakes in human skin. Those snakes who had a trans representative, if you will, shoot up a school full of children. A Catholic school full of children. But they find that they should be celebrating in peace over the death of Charlie Kirk. They remain silent over a sweet Ukrainian girl who just wanted safety, who was going on her way, living her life, having her plans, and trying to meet them. And yet they stayed silent or hateful. And I feel that's all they are. I don't believe that we should have stricter gun laws. Not like that. I firmly believe that if a person cannot be redeemed, then they should be put away. And should they hurt another person in such a capacity, like Charlie and Iryna, that they should be put down. They're wild, rabid dogs. They're no longer human, so there is nothing left to save. Some people can be rehabilitated. Some. But these men, clearly not. It makes me so angry. The TikTok videos of these people celebrating the hate that they bring and champion their brightly colored flags of poison. All of you who believe that his death is a good thing, I will pray for you, because no one else will. I will pray in the sense that you get what you deserve when it's your time. And that God is extremely fair on his judgment for you as a person. I think how you lived should matter the most. And if you celebrated hate of this capacity, then I hope he drops all that judgment on you. Things that you think you get away with in life, you will not get away with in death. I truly hope that's what happens. I truly hope that little girl is okay. I don't know how people can just... I don't know how they could cheer. I don't know how a man stood up right as Charlie got shot and just start dancing. I don't understand it. these people who celebrate, I hope something of some kind stops this. They need to be put on a list. Something. I don't know. I don't know these people. And I couldn't sleep. I couldn't stop thinking. And I was gonna do a video about it. Just talking about all those sick people on TikTok. And I just couldn't. Because it was all poison. And I could just feel it. Every video just felt like I was taking damage just from their hate and their disgust. And what should be a fellow human. If a trans person on the street were to have gotten shot in front of me, I can honestly tell you, I would not cheer. I would rush to see if they were okay. Press something to a wound. Try to help. Something I know these people would never do for somebody else. I would still try. But they would stop and tell us, dance. My hate for anyone is never stronger than my love and appreciation for life. You should hold the ones that you love so much closer. And you should celebrate all the good things. You know, if I'm like super honest, and I know I said this all on Zach's stream yesterday. If you hate our country so much that you have to be racist and champion one particular race, you don't appreciate the American value. And if you have to champion a mental illness, I feel you still don't have that American value. Because your cause is not about everybody acknowledging that you exist. It's that you want everybody to think that you are better. And that is not showing appreciation for the American value. Leave the country. Why not go support those people that you riot over, that you're willing to dox people over, that you want to ruin the lives of the people who don't believe that you should be doing that? Then go to those places. And the only reason you don't, aside from the fact that you like your life here because people will supposedly listen to you, is because that you know you would never survive there. I believe you should leave. If you do not have American values, then get out of America. If you're so hell-bent on being an awful person and championing a place that is not your home, then leave. Why stay? If you are so miserable, then you have that opportunity to leave. Because you live in the land of opportunity. No one would stop you. I'm so disgusted by those people on TikTok. And that MSNBC one, it just made me so mad. Saying that could have been a shooting of celebration in the middle of a crowd of thousands is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard. And then saying that Charlie spewed nothing but hate speech and whatever else bullshit that came out of that ugly old man's face. It's just insane. I want to believe in the American people. I don't think we should have stricter gun laws. And I believe in the death penalty. And if, in my opinion, companies that have employees that post their bullshit about how this was a victory, you should fire those people. And I hope to all that is holy that you never get a job again. Like the lady, or whatever the CEO is, over at Sucker Punch Studio. I don't give a fuck what their gender is. It's probably made up anyway. Celebrating Charlie Kirk. I hope your game fails. And not only fails, I hope it takes that entire company. I don't know how you go from Ghosts of Tsushima that showed reverence and love to the entirety of Japan. How they go from that to this. How every video game company has gone from epic tales of wonder. And the creators had imagination and heart. And then we go from that to these soulless, mentally ill people. They just desecrate the stories, the gameplay, and claim that they make it all better. Because they put in bullshit like pronouns, the gay agenda, which you should fucking stop because nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a single fucking shit about those things in those games. It's escapism. We don't care about your reality. We want a different one. We want to get lost in a story with people that are amazing. Ones that don't berate you for calling them a them or a he or a she. No one cares about all that bullshit. We want stories of the stars. With people that you feel like if you got to meet them in real life, you could be their best friend. That protagonist that you followed from beginning to end of a story that touched your heart. Where you can't help but think, if that guy was real, I would really love to meet him. We lost those stories. And all to these parasites who just come in and just desecrate everything for some stupid agenda. I want to believe in people. I want to believe they're still good. I've met so many wonderful people on YouTube. That changed my life forever. I'll never forget them. So to see these people being heartless, I always worry for them. Will some psycho come after them and hurt the people I care about? I wanted to go to sleep. I wanted to go to sleep, and I wanted to make a video today, and I wanted it to be fun. But here I am, weeping over people I'll never know. Fearing what our future's gonna be like. Because these people roam free. These snakes in human skin. There's so much already wrong with the world. He didn't see it coming and his head just fell to the side. And all I could think was, he never knew. He thought it would be any other day. The world is so divided and it never should have been. I don't know if I agreed with him or not. But I know he had an elegant way of putting it. Whatever the disagreement was, he always seemed to say it elegantly. And I wish I could have spoken to him at one point, because, he might have been able to educate me on a few things. I'm always learning something from you guys. She had young babies. I think Goodwin said earlier today that tragedies always strike at 3. And sadly, I think it did. I think there was a shooting in Colorado. In a school. 2 died. And that's just as tragic. I don't know that America will ever be the same. And I wish we could go back to the 90s. Like late 90s would be nice. When everyone panicked about Y2K. I think the last time I was affected this way was during 9/11. I knew nobody on those planes, and yet all their deaths affected me. And I knew neither Charlie, Kirk, nor Iryna, and they affect me too. And I can't sleep because of how badly they affected me. The US is not such a bad place that you can't support it. Because you're still here. Stop hurting others for someone else, for a country you don't live in. Learn to love people despite your differences. Because that's how people usually are. And I'm so sorry to Charlie, Kirk, to Iryna.